Hello guys, good evening. How are you all doing? Glad to hear. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, guys. So, have you started working on Python, Power BI, or all the modules which you are working on? Great. So, again, I am back with some of your questions which you have asked through the Google Form link. So, I will be taking those questions. Great. So, yes, guys, those who are very confused about this session, this is just a Q&A session which is common for everyone. So stay tuned to learn from someone else's doubts. So it is going to enhance your learning, or maybe it is going to help you in one way or the other way. Okay, so I have questions on Excel as well as maybe on PPT as well as on Python. So it's like kind of mix of all type of questions and also personal branding and all. So these type of questions we are going to have. So basically, these questions comes from different modules, which you guys have asked through the Google Form link. Okay, great. So you can also ask questions if you have any question or if you want to ask something. Of course, you can ask through the Google Form link shared in the chat box. So do not worry. So Dakar is asking, I'm slow learner as initially told that those don't understand the lecture for them you are going to provide. Please provide me mentor. Okay, great. So let's look at the first question which you have asked. How can beginners and data professionals get freelancing opportunities and paid projects for beginners? Okay, that is what our question is. So see, there are many things which you need to look at if you are looking for freelancing works. First of all, think as a client. So let's say if I am planning to offer you a work, how would I offer? What do I know about you? So you need to showcase that you have done something. Maybe it is related to data, or maybe it is related to any other. So if you are targeting only data related projects, then you must do some project work on data. So there can be multiple ways. The most common approach which you can follow is that you can try to build a GitHub portfolio, which is going to keep all the project work which you have done. And don't keep very simple or basic type of projects. Try to do some good projects on GitHub and try to keep sharing your learning or maybe the project work which you have done through LinkedIn. Keep sharing your knowledge, be very active on LinkedIn and on GitHub. So this is going to make your profile as a brand person for data. So it will look like you work as a data professional and you are good in handling data. This is the first thing you are going to do. Okay. So I hope you guys already know about GitHub or maybe LinkedIn. So let me show you both so you get some idea that how can you get started if you are trying for any freelance projects works. Let me just give you an idea then. For example, I am going to open my LinkedIn because I don't even remember my GitHub account credentials. So this is my, let's say, get LinkedIn account. So You can also create your account where you can start sharing some content, especially related to data, maybe some topics, or maybe any work you are doing for GitHub. So here, if I come and here I have attached the link to my GitHub account, though I'm not maintaining it for a very long time, but still I do have this GitHub account. So on this GitHub account, there is some information about me. And here are the projects which I have done as part of my learning those years of ago. So here I have done few projects, right? For example, this is the recent projects which I was explaining to students and I uploaded here as well. This is about business analytics project. So I used the same data set for SQL, Python, Power BI. And here is the data set. And also I did a nice documentation which includes what this case study, contain and what were my findings and all of that. So this is the GitHub account which can act as a proof of work, or like it can just make your profile uh, as a data professional profile. And then you can even write anything about on this, like you are open for part-time work or any contractual work or whatever it is. So this is going to help you in building your own profile to showcase yourself as a data professionals. But this is not enough. Once you are done with GitHub and LinkedIn, once you have started maintaining those, then you can move to the next step. You create your account on platforms like Upwork, which is, I think, the oldest and popular one, and Fiverr. These are the two old and very, demanding, you can say, platforms where you can create your account and then you can pitch. You can just write down your hourly charges, maybe project-wide charges, and there are people who share their requirements. It's like e-commerce platform where this platform connects seller to the buyer. Similarly, there it connects you to the clients. So you can pitch for any projects which you like. And if you hear back, so initially for initial one or two projects, you might get lot of struggling time. But later on, if you get one or two projects on these platforms, and if they give you some rating and all, then the things will become easier for you. Is this making sense? No, Rahul, nothing to worry about. If you want to hide the code, you can hide that code, but you can at least show what was the outcome. So you can attach some screenshot or something. Maybe you record the video how your project is working and all the other things. Make sense? Yeah, this document will be shared with you on your LMS portal. So you are going to have access to this. So Isha, you are not going to receive automatically. You have to reach out to people. And nobody is going to check your profile unless you become very popular. So you have to reach out people initially. It is going to take time. And then it might work. Okay. Great. All these are platforms where you can create your accounts. You can try any of them, whatever. Nowadays, LinkedIn is also popular, but still, you might find little challenging over LinkedIn because you somehow unable to identify what are the actual requirements. But on Upwork and Fiverr, here you will see the relevant project work. Not only for data related projects, but even if you are trying for any other projects, those also you can find here on Upwork. Okay. So you need to specify what type of work you are open to do and what kind of work you have already done. And you need to support it with some proof of work. Then only you might get all these things. Okay. Great. Okay, I am not sure, but technical team do uploads all these documents. Okay. So if you want to add, okay, you are getting confused, like how did I added? So this is like just hyperlinking both the profiles. You can switch from here to there. So I have added this link in the feature section. So you can add this section to your LinkedIn profile. This is called feature section. In this feature section, of course, you can showcase whatever you want. I have added these three links. Or maybe you can add all the certificates, whatever it is. This is featured section. Try this out. It is quite helpful. Great. Now let's move to the second question. Okay. For fresher without any experience, yes, Kavita, fresher also can utilize, but you have to showcase some work, some real work, not some any ABC projects. Okay, great. Now let's look at this question. How can Excel data be converted into graphs and charts, and how do we perform basic statistics? Okay, this is purely on Excel. So if you are working on Excel, you need to think Excel in two different ways. So whenever I get any data on Excel, it is going to be in a tabular format. So you can perform some basic statistics on this table. You can apply some functions, some formula to get insights from this table only. For example, let me just locate if I have any data, maybe not available. Let me look at financial data. Something like this. Let's say this is the data which I have. There are many things I have created, but I am just interested in data only. So let me take data. Okay. Here is my raw data. So you see, this is the data which I have currently in my sheet. I'm just pasting it to a new workbook so that it can make more sense. This is the data which I have. Now there can be multiple ways while you are working with Excel. One is that you can directly start working with some function and formulas to generate insight from this raw data. But that is not going to be automated. For example, if someone asks what is the total profit, you can just say sum of profit column, and maybe you will get the total profit. But that's not a healthy practice if you are really working as a data person, or if you want to really analyze, visualize data, because it is going to be quite confusing later on. So the best way of working with Excel is that first you convert your table into a pivot table. Pivot table is nothing but summary of your data, which will help you to summarize your raw data. For example, if you look at this data, it does not make any sense as of now. Even if I have to make some sort of sense out of this data, I might have to write so many functions and formulas just to generate insight. To make it more easier and to convert this into meaningful insights or maybe visuals, I will be using this data to create pivot tables which help us to summarize any type of data. So I'll just go to insert pivot table, and I'm going to use this table slash range. So I'll click here and it will ask me to create pivot tables on a new worksheet. The moment I create a pivot table, I get a new section in the right side where I see all the column names. And on the left side, I see the pivot table area. From here, I just need to perform drag and drop. For example, if I want to look at total profit, I'll just drag this profit to values and I got the total profit. But let's say I want to break this profit by some categories. So I can take any category. Maybe I am looking at segment by profit. So I can take segment to rows or columns. That is my choice how I want to look at my data. Generally we keep it to rows so that we can easily build a chart. This is one example of creating a pivot table. Now, this pivot table further can be visualized using a chart. I'll go to recommended chart and I'll just click on any chart which can help me to look at this data in a graphical representation. And this is how this data looks like. It started with raw data, converted that into table, and then converted that into pivot table, and then converted pivot table into a visual form so that it does make more sense. Are we clear till here? Great. Now maybe this chart is not looking so great. So you can do, of course, some formatting on this chart, which is nothing but hit and try. It's like doing your own makeup by hitting and trying. Maybe you select this and you might delete this. Maybe you select these and delete these. Maybe you right click on these and maybe you hide all the field buttons. Maybe you delete this as well and you add a data labels by using this. And now this looks much better, and you might rename as, maybe you say segment by profit, segment by total profit. And still, if you are not satisfied with this chart, you want to make it more beautiful, still you can just take this and you can just click on format chart area and there will be more options to format this. Maybe you can convert this into a 3D effect and it might become much better for you. So that is of course depending on your requirement. How do you want to look at your data? Great. Maybe you want to make these bars also 3D. You can do or convert them into a 3D bars. Maybe you can convert them into a different color. All are your choices. If you want to apply shadow or whatever it is, you can do all that formatting and it might become better and better. Great. I hope you got the idea that how does that work. You might be thinking these numbers look very big. So what shall we do? If you want to do something else with these numbers, maybe you want to convert them into lakhs. You can of course convert them into lakhs by selecting the pivot table. Do you guys know how to convert them into lakhs? Okay. So there are certain things, of course, you can use Google Baba to do that. For example, I am searching convert numbers into lakhs. And you will get direct formulas. You can convert any number into lakhs, not by doing this in Excel. Just use the formula. But remember, do it manually as well so that you don't get confused because some of the time this coding varies from version to version. That is the reason even I don't remember because these varies. Press Control 1 to enable custom formatting. I'll just paste that code here and I am just going to make it L. And you got your numbers in lakhs. Now this chart looks much beautiful than earlier. Are we clear? Yes, Jennifer, you can get all the data, whatever you want. Even if you directly search on Google, give me some Excel practice data, you will get so many practice data from there. Worksheet and workbook, give me example, show me once. Okay. So worksheet is nothing but it's like if you are using a book like your notebook, the pages of that book is nothing but worksheet, but the whole is nothing but your book. The same way, here you can have a workbook and that workbook can have these pages, known as sheets. That is the difference between worksheet and workbook. Clear? Great. Okay, if you want to do that, you can just select your numerical column, press Control 1, or if you forget that, you can just go to General Setting. From here, you can open More Number Formats. And here you have this Custom Format. And there in Custom Format, you need to apply your formula. In Custom Format, you can just copy paste your formula in place of General, paste the formula, and you got your figures in lakhs. That is how it is done. I hope you guys are clear now. Great. Great. Moving ahead. है ना? So all if you want to perform so many statistics, let's say further statistics, if you want to perform on your data, there is one more way you can do it. Let's say I just want to look at all the statistics of a numerical column, not about the entire data, but I want to get the statistics of a single column. For example, the mean value, the maximum value, the median value. There are a lot of things. I'm not sure whether you have ever used it or not, but let me just show you for a moment. So there is an advanced way of doing that. You can get it all the statistics in single go. For example, if you go to data tab, you will see this option called data analysis. If we click on this data analysis option, it is going to ask you that what type of analysis you want to perform. Here you see descriptive statistics option. If you click on OK, it is going to ask you the range. I am going to provide, let's say, profit as range. Labels in first row. I want this output in maybe new worksheet and I want summary statistics. The moment I click on OK, I get whole statistics in a new worksheet. This could be the easiest way, guys. You can try this out. Very, very helpful. And you got all the statistical values about your numerical column. But beware, it does not work for entire worksheet. It works column wise individually. For every column, you need to get the statistics. Are we clear, guys? ठीक है एक बार और देख लो. uh, you need to just go to data tab and here you will have data analysis tool pack. Click on data analysis tool pack, choose descriptive statistics, click on OK, provide the range here, select labels in first row if you are selecting the column name, keep it new worksheet. Okay, here just check the summary statistics, click on OK and your job is done. Make sense? Easy way to analyze any column individually. I hope we are learning something. So this is called advanced Excel. So all these options we can get, but some of you might not get this data analysis. This is called data analysis tool pack. If you don't see this on your Excel, you can just go to file and here you need to go to options. Look here guys, and then go to add-ins. This is add-ins, additional ins. Go to add-ins and here you see analysis tool pack. Then you need to click on go and here you need to check this first analysis toolpacks box. Click on OK and this data analysis tab will appear here. I hope you guys are clear now. Or else if let's say you don't want to do by this, you can use all these formulas manually. You can write all these formulas and these are going to give you all the statistics about your column. But that's like an advanced and a pro tip, I can say, which is quite useful. Okay, great. Now, talk about the next question. Did you get it? How do you enable the data analysis tool pack, or any question there? Great. I hope you guys can do that, enable that. Easy and straightforward. You just need to go file, then go to options, and then you need to go to add-ins. And here the first one, analysis tool pack, click on go, check the box, click on OK, you get the data analysis tool pack. That is how it works. Yeah, it will come on all Excels. There will be some options given to you. So in every Excel, we had this data analysis tool pack. Great. I think we have question on Power BI as well. Then we will see how can we work in Power BI as well. How can we prepare instant PPTs from Excel data using automation or AI tools? So the misconception, guys, is that what people want to do is people just want to create PPT maybe in fraction of seconds without even want to provide any detail. See, if everything becomes so automated, means if you are thinking that you are not supposed to do anything at all, then there is no point of hiring you at all. Okay, so there will be some work required which you are supposed to do. So there are two ways. You can use paid method, you can use free method. What I generally follow, yeah, of course, you can use Copilot. And if you are having Microsoft Copilot, which is paid, there you will have this option that you write your content and it will generate the PPT automatically. The images, everything it will create within 1 or 2 minutes. You are going to do nothing at all. But the other way could be, which I usually follow, that I take all my insights, which I do create with the help of uh, my data analysis practices and all. And then I go to simply any AI tool. Maybe let's go to ChatGPT or any AI tool. And I try to provide all those insights to this AI tool. For example, let's talk about ChatGPT only. And I will be saying, act as a maybe whatever you want to call data analyst who have great experience in presenting data through PPT slides. I am going to share my insights which you need to convert into a 10 slide PPT. Give me the content in a way that can be copy pasted directly to slides. Keep it natural and add a real-time example slash analogy if possible or wherever possible. Done. Like this is how basic prompt. This is like a basic prompt which you write here. The moment you execute this prompt, it is going to give you a 10 slide PPT, which is going to be very, very easy for you. Okay. So see, it is going to give you all these PPTs. It is even suggesting you that how you are going to keep it. So the moment you paste your insight here, for example, I'm just pasting one insight which we have just created. Let's go to sheet 3 and maybe sheet 1. Where is our pivot table? Here is our pivot table. I'm just going to take this insight and I'm going to paste here. And let me just, okay. And let's wait. This is only one insight, so it is going to get confused. How can I create 10 slides PPT? It's not going to give me the relevant answer, but still it is creating profitability overview by business segment, overall profit distribution, government segment, and everything it is telling you. You just need to copy paste this and you will have great slide. After that, even you can just apply some touch up and you will get a professional slide. Even some people use Canva also. You can just directly go to Canva and use any PPT. Maybe I want presentation. Sorry. I want presentations. I can select any presentation style from here. And then can I use anything, whatever I want. I just need to copy paste these slide materials to every slide of Canva and you get it. So it is like free of cost. You are not supposed to buy anything at all. You will be able to create a nice PPT without buying anything at all. You choose any of these templates which are available for you freely and then copy paste the data. That is how it is done. Okay, clear? I have tried Fiverr and Upwork for more than 2 years but did not get a single work. Okay, Tony. See, initially it is going to be little difficult for you to get a work. You have to pitch. Nobody reaches out. That is the blunt truth because there are so many people out there who are, writing messages and pitching or showcasing their skills. So you have to reach out to people. Then only if you get one or two projects, then only you will start getting projects automatically. Okay, great. So this is how it can be done. जैसे एक एग्जांपल ये भी ले सकते हो आप टीम मीटिंग प्रोजेक्ट अपडेट्स नोट लाइक दिस आई डोंट वांट दिस आई डोंट वांट दिस any ppt which looks maybe performance tracking but this is paid so I don't need paid one maybe essential strategy maybe this one just click on customize this template and now you can just add this template in whatever way you want you can delete this you can delete this and in a small amount of time you will understand how can we use maybe I will delete everything delete it I'll just take any content whatever I have and I paste it here and here also there are so many things you can ask Canva it can also create some image some logo for you there are so many things actually you need to spend proper time here and you will learn so many things that how this thing is going to work everything it works similar to Excel only okay so this is how I generally create. You can also try this out. It is going to be very, very easy for you. Great. Now, what is vibe coding and how does AI understand prompts to build products or web apps? So vibe coding is in simple terms. Whenever you are building any software or maybe any data analysis project or maybe any AI application, but you don't do it in a hardcore way. You just try to use AI tools, maybe by using Copilot or maybe by using nowadays people use GitHub Pilot a lot. Those type of things if you are using and you are building some meaningful sorry, some meaningful dashboards, some meaningful softwares or AI application that is generally known as vibe coding. So it's all about how well you can articulate your thoughts, how well you can write your prompt, how well you can generate the responses. Don't blindly follow any of the AI tools because these tools can also make errors and mistakes. So you have to always reread them and then you need to follow. For example, I'm just taking Python example. So the most popular platform which we use for Python is Google Colab. So I'm just searching for Colab. Let's say I upload any data set here. Let me just create a new notebook. Colab is nothing but an environment for Python where we can write Python code for analysis, visualization, for software development, whatever it is. And it comes with enabled Gemini. So I'm just connecting to the cloud interface. And here you can write some code. And also you have this option called generate with AI. So let's say I'm not going to do anything at all by hardcore coding. I'm just going to use this Google Colab or its AI. Let me click on generate. I'm just writing because I know. So I'm just writing load the Titanic data set from Seaborn and visualize and analyze slash visualize it for EDA, और या तो सिंपल ऐसा भी बोल सकते हो आप Seaborn and perform EDA. So perform EDA means it includes everything. EDA stands for exploratory data analysis, which includes everything: the analysis, the visualization, basically the findings from any data. I have just instructed only one line of code and I'm just clicking on accept and auto run. Auto run. And let's see what it generates for me. Let's wait for a moment. It is loading. You see, preparing the data set, loading. In the backend, if you can see, it is generating task one, load Titanic data set is loaded. Now reading data set. It is happening in the backend. Let me just finish it and you will see it will perform the whole EDA case study automatically. And you can use it in two different ways. One, that you utilize all the coding for your own learning. So many people, get confused. How can we get all these data projects? How can we get all these data sets? Or how do we become better in Python? Collab, I think, is the best way to practice and to learn because here you have the help from Gemini. No need to switch from one tab to other tab. You can stay on the same tab. You can debug your code. You can generate new code. You can create visuals. You can do lot of things hit and try. Let me just close it for now. For example, you see, with documentation, you are getting everything. Everything with documentation. The handling of missing values, the reasoning, handling of missing values, everything you are getting automatically. Not only this, even if you write, let's say here, if you click here on this pen icon, you can also ask explain code. So it is also going to explain you the code as well. For now, it is working on the project which I have given the earlier command. But once it is done, I can even uh, ask GPT or this Gemini to explain me any code. For example, this basic one. Let's say I just want to understand what does this mean. Click on this icon, explain the code. Now it is explaining what this code is all about. So this could be a good way of learning Python, and this is called vibe coding. Are we clear, guys? This is free of cost only. You are nothing to pay here. This is freely available. So do not worry. Make sense? How to create a stock market indicator for buy and sell signal as per chart by using price action and DI volume etc. So most of these tools, free tools, Nilesh, are not recommended for stock market. But yeah, of course, you can use these tools to get some idea about the stock market, what is happening, what could happen tomorrow. But if you want to create some triggers, I would advise you to go with any other stock related website. है ना? जैसे एक कुछ छोटा सा एक प्रॉम्प्ट मैं आपको एग्जांपल के तौर पे बताता हूँ. फॉर एग्जांपल, let's say act as an Indian investor who have 20 plus years of experience in trading. You need to look at current market, which consider geopolitical, fundamental, technical analysis. All the analysis, whatever you know of, advise me how can I perform trading activities tomorrow. Like this, something like this. It is going to give you the idea like how it can work, but it is of course free. Okay. And like this, it is going to provide you some market context, what is happening, and all of that. Think of tomorrow like weather at sea, cloudy, roughly water only on, a small chance of midday calm, but maintain balance and safety gear, whatever it is. Okay. So it may help you just to gauge how this is going to react tomorrow. So you can just look at it. Okay. Okay, what happens when prompts are copied and executed on vibe coding platforms? So there are certain vibe coding platforms, for example, Cursor AI, Replit, Bolt, Lovable. Lovable actually very useful nowadays. Many people use Lovable. So if you do it, see, this is the universal rule. No matter whether you are writing prompt for vibe coding, for getting any answer, whatever it is, whenever you are writing a prompt, you have to remember only three rules. The important rules, which I always mention. First, you clearly define the role. If you don't define the role, always you are going to generate or end up getting a bad response. So again, you need to fix that response and it is going to be hectic because it was not written by you. So define the role very clearly, then define the context or situation. Better you provide the context or situation, the better responses you are going to get. And third, important is constraints. You set certain rules, certain conditions. These are the three ground rules which I follow. Okay. So only three rules. You need to define three rules. What I tell? Define the role clearly, provide the context clearly, situation, and then set the constraints, the rules, the conditions. For example, role could be act as a data analyst who have this experience and all of that. Context, you are given a data set which contain these columns, and you have to give me ideas about generating insights, KPIs, which can help monitor the performance. All of that you write. And then you set the constraints. Like you need to keep it maybe only 10 KPIs or 5 KPIs or a one page report, two-page report, which is very natural. Also provide me all the calculations which are going to be used. Means better you write the prompt, better you will get the responses. So it's all about prompting, no matter what the purpose is. So whatever purpose it is for you. Okay. So try just try these three. There are so many rules out there. People, talk about 10 to 12 rules, but even I don't remember all the 10 to 12 rules. These three rules are very, very strong. KPIs is known as key performance indicator. So key performance indicator is nothing but any insight. Any insight about your business is nothing but KPI. If you are showing total sale, it is nothing but a KPI. If you are showing, let's say, 10% profit, 5% loss, all these are KPIs only. Okay. So what you are supposed to do, you can just define the role that act as a data analyst. Context, maybe you provide the column names or the data, and then you set certain rules and ask that generate 10 to 15 KPIs in Power BI one page report. So it is going to help you in a great way. You no need to do anything at all. Okay. Everything you will get it from here. Even I think we have one question on that also, that how can we get the projects as well. Okay, this is on GitHub. I hope you know already GitHub, as I have given you the explanation. But still, there are two things, Kaggle and GitHub. Let me just explain you in another way. Let's forget about everything for a moment. Let's say I want to start them fresh, like from the scratch. Let's say I know nothing and I want to start from the scratch. How would I? or how can I get all these projects and how can I work on that. I'm going to take only one use case, and this use case is going to help you. For example, okay, here was my GitHub. You can do that, of course, and you go to repositories. You can use other people's GitHub, which can provide you some data set. For example, this is the business analytics project. Here is my data set, and you can download these data set directly. There are three files. You can download all three CSV files, and then you try to build your own dashboards or maybe analytic reports. Forget about this also. Let's say I don't know how to use GitHub. Is there any other platform which can help me to work with data? Yes, there is one. This is very popular platform. All the data science or data community uses this platform extensively, which is known as Kaggle platform. So you just need to type kaggle.com. It will ask you to sign in through your Gmail account. I have signed in already, so it is just showing me this interface. Here there are a lot of things which you could possibly do on GitHub. This you see create icon. It will allow you to create a Jupyter notebook where you can actually write your code and all. You can import any existing notebook. You can upload any data set here. You can create models. You can create competition and all the other stuff. If you go to competition part, here all competitions are already running. Some of these competitions are for knowledge purpose. Some of these are for some prize money. You see, good amount of prize money, which you can spend your time on. Similarly, data sets. So many people, get lot of difficulties in finding data set. This is the platform which can provide you any type of data set. If you want to fetch computer science related data set, education, classification, computer vision, whatever type of data set you want, you can get it. I want data visualization data set. Related to data visualization, we have 8,333 data set, and you can download possibly any of these data sets. Let me just finish it. For example, let me just show you. This is customer demographics. Maybe I am just interested in sports, footwear sales, and consumer behavior. Let me just open this. I can directly download this. It is going to allow me, or it is going to download as zip file. You see, download dataset as a zip file. I can just download this file. It is downloaded. I can just open this file or maybe extract the files from the zip file. And here I have this data set. Let me just open this for a moment. Control Shift down arrow selected all the columns. Maybe selecting some data as well. Let me show you how it works, guys. I'm doing it from scratch. You come back to ChatGPT. Or any AI tool, whichever you like. And I'm going to just write role. Act as a data analyst who have great experience in creating dashboards using Power BI based on given data set. You are given a data set which needs to be used in Power BI for insights / dashboard building. Whatever you think of. Here is a snapshot data. I'm just pasting the data, whatever it is, and then again continue, shift enter, and I'm going to continue. Use this data and give me a step-by-step process to build a dashboard in Power BI. Also, Give me all the possible KPIs. You can write the number of KPIs 5 to 6. Also, you can write more. Yes, you can download. That is what I am showing now. Yes. This you can change Power BI with Python, with Excel, whatever it is, and it is going to show you or give you the KPI as per that. Give me all the calculations as well, whatever needed. So whatever calculations are needed, I am asking for those calculations as well. Done. Keep it cut to cut. I mean, keep it just cut to cut. No fancy detail I required. No details required. Enter. And let's see what kind of thing it is generating. You see, click get data Excel wherever your file is, step by step process. Load the table, rename table to sale. Step 2, data cleaning. Change the data type, decimal number, unit sold whole number, discount percent whole number. Create these custom columns, create KPI calculations, total units, all the calculations. Optional but powerful calculations, revenue after discount, online versus retail revenue. Step 5, dashboard visuals. Total revenue, total units sold, total orders, ASP, average discount, average rating, sales performance visual, revenue by category, everything, even chart names also. Map or bar, here you can use donut, here you can use bar, you can add slicer, mandatory. Then dashboard story, how can you explain? And then final KPI summary. This is your final 6 KPIs. And you got everything. And now your project will be ready. It is going to take 1 day maybe or 2 day maybe, but you are going to get it by this directly. This is all for practice purpose. It's all about practice, how much you practice and better you become. That's all what you can do if you are targeting this. So it is going to tell you step by step, even the cleaning step, Swati. It shows you the cleaning steps as well. Make sense? So you got this powerful platform called Kaggle, which gives you numerous thousands of data sets, lakhs of data sets even. You can download any data set of your choice and then you can start working. Even people have given you the Python examples, if you go for code, they have even uploaded notebooks for the same solutions. And here you can look at their solution, how they have built solution using Python. You see here their Python code. And you can even utilize these Python code as for your learning. Like how did they perform EDA using this data set? Step by step. So not only learning, you will also contribute. Does this make sense? Okay. So even these direct solutions will also help you to understand that how do you follow a process when you are working on any data set. I hope you guys are getting clarity about it. So try it out right away. Once you are done with this Q&A session, you can just go and try it out. Log into Kaggle platform and then try to download a data set and then go to ChatGPT or any AI tool, ask for KPI recommendation and then try to build it. Make sense? Great. Last, what is an API key and how do we publish and edit our website? So API key is nothing but it is like a password of your mobile phone. which will allow me to access your mobile phone. Same way, if there are some applications and if you want to communicate application to application, then there is some pass key, some password, which will allow them interact to each other. That is called API. Okay. So it is called login with permission. This simple analogy will allow you to understand. Okay, so where can we publish the website? We can publish the website on Netlify, on Versal, or on GitHub pages. GitHub is, see, it is free of cost and anyone can use. You just need to watch one video to create GitHub account. The second video to upload your project, maybe data analyst project or software development project. And you will get the idea how GitHub can be used. And even once you have uploaded anything on GitHub, it can be updated again and again. This is for example. Okay, for example, let's say this is the GitHub account. And if I maybe go to Python and if I want to update my code, this is the Python notebook and it shows these added this file icon. I can click on this pen and it is going to update my code, whatever I want. So it is quite easy and straightforward. Okay. So just try to watch one or two video on GitHub, how GitHub can be used if still you are not able to understand, and you will get clarity. It's easy. It looks difficult, confusing, but it is not that difficult or confusing. Okay. So just say, for example, if let's say I'm showing you one more example. Let's say this is a Hugging Face where generally people share upload their projects, especially AI applications. If you look at this blog generator, this what I have created, and if you look at the code here, you will understand this is the file which I have generated. So I did not use my own model. I used a predefined model, GPT-2 model. So here I have just used a API. What is the API? You see, I have just added this and provided the model GP2 to device is equal to device. And I have not used any other model. I'm just using the inbuilt model. And where do I get this GPT-2 from? This platform already have all the models. If you click on models, it already has all these models. These are nothing but some unique name. These are you can use as a API, and these are going to help you to connect with these models to generate your own application through these models. DeepSeek AI, Flash Labs, so many models are here. Spend some time, you will get more clarity how this thing works. Okay. So I think this is all from my end for today. But still, if you have any question, if you want to ask something, you can do one thing. You can just drop your queries using the Google form link shared in the chat box. And of course, we can discuss those in the coming sessions. Okay. So that's all for today, guys. And I wish that you are going to try each and everything what we have discussed today. But don't worry about this Q&A session. You are going to have some regular sessions as well, where these things will be taught to you in detail. This is just Q&A session, okay? Very nice. And this is common for each and every one. So don't get confused if any of these topics is not covered for you. So that's all for today's session. And do submit your feedback on the link shared in the chat box, and do submit your queries as well using the Google form link shared in the chat box. And do attend your regular sessions. Then only these Q&A sessions make more sense to you. Okay. Very nice. All the best, guys. Keep learning, keep working. That's all we can try from our end. Great. Bye bye. See you. Good night, guys. I hope you enjoyed.